Hi, I'm Flo, and welcome to Tekom, the place to be if you're involved in technical communication. The FlowDezk team is here too, and we're glad you're visiting our booth to learn more about our groundbreaking cross-industry solution for efficient and user-friendly project management. Would you like to know more about the advantages of FlowDezk for your company? Let's go visit our booth. Welcome to our booth. You may wonder, what does FlowDezk do exactly, and why does my company need it? FlowDezk is a revolutionary project management solution that streamlines the work of project managers in any type of company with a project-based workflow, from content and digital asset management suppliers to research and language service providers. FlowDezk has been designed with and for project managers, with the goal to reduce the number of clicks you need to get your work done. From quoting to billing and everything in between, FlowDezk simplifies complex tasks. You'll save a lot of time working with our solution, and it's very affordable compared to its peers in the market. But there's more that's unique to FlowDezk. My colleague Des will explain.
Hi, I'm Des. FlowDezk is not just a time saver. You can also have it customized to fit seamlessly into your company's workflow. We'll sit with you to scope and plan exactly what you need, and then we'll just build it. After all, no standard solution that you may find in the market is good enough. That's why you can have us create your own flavor of FlowDezk that will make your team happy. And apart from our standard connections to Phrase, XTM, Trados, and Zero, we can also develop any API connection that you need to third-party solutions and customer systems. But let's have a closer look at what FlowDezk does. Back to you, Flo.
Let's first have a look at the benefits of FlowDezk for project managers. FlowDezk has been designed with a minimum number of clicks as one of the main targets. First of all, there's the transparent and configurable dashboard. You won't see anything like this anywhere else. Let me show you what it looks like. In your dashboard, you get to see an overview of all your projects. Which projects you get to see depends on your role in the company. At the top of the page, you can easily filter and sort them. You can filter by project owner, for example, or by client. You can also sort projects by deadline or order number in ascending or descending order, or limit your view to the projects that require your attention within a specific period. Would you like to see more or rather less information per project? You can switch items on and off and even reduce your dashboard to a single line per project. You can display additional information about projects without having to open them. You can click on Planning to see information about your client and vendor planning. And you can click on Finance to see how your project is doing from a margin perspective. That's very useful if a project contains a lot of data. You can also color code your projects by selecting tags that you predefined in your profile. Here we go. There are also options that you can apply to a batch of projects, like transferring them to colleagues or clearing them from the board. You can also change the progress status of a set of projects. The status options are all configurable, by the way. The second main benefit is also a big time saver. It's the logical tab-based workflow. No need to flip through a dozen screens. In FlowDezk, you never get lost. Let's have a look at a project we just opened. The header contains the basic information of the project. You can expand and collapse it. On the Quoting tab, you can add your language combinations for this project. For each language combination, you apply a breakdown you defined in configuration, and you can select a stored client rate. You can enter your analysis manually, you can import an analysis file, or you can use one of our TMS connectors. Everything that's not word count based, you can add as a service. You can select service templates you defined or work without templates. In this section, you enter the delivery dates for your project. To keep an overview of your staggered deliveries, you can link the delivery dates to specific languages and services. This is the file management section. Upload files and copy them between tabs. And finally, this is the section where you set your discounts and generate your quote to send it to the client. The next step is the Resourcing tab. This is where you add your vendors. The vendor selector allows you to search for specific vendors based on a number of parameters. You can also set favorites and search by name. Simply enable the vendors you want to add to your project. Once a vendor has been added, you can add language combinations like you did for your client and copy or import the analysis or use one of our TMS connectors. And of course, you apply the rate and breakdown you defined for this vendor. You can also add services for anything that's not word count based, just like you did on the quoting tab. In this section, you can select heads-up templates that you predefined. That'll save you a lot of time. Just change the variables for this project and off you go. To assign the project to your vendor, you can first submit a heads-up, which can then be accepted or rejected by your vendor, or you can skip this step and confirm the project right away. All right, your project has been completed. Now you're ready to deliver it to the client. On the Delivery tab, you can go through the ISO checklist. You define what's in that list per client. FlowDezk is very flexible and configurable. Then go through each line item to complete the delivery. You can upload files or you can copy files that your vendors uploaded from their vendor portal. In this file copy pop-up, you can simply select the file and copy it to the delivery line item. You can now view and download the file or even deliver it directly to your client. Once the line item has been delivered, you click on this green button to keep an overview of what still needs to be done. When everything has been delivered, you can set the project as fully delivered and you can send it to accounting, which basically means you freeze the project for further editing as you're going to complete it on the Finance tab. All right, it's time for our last process tab, the Finance tab. On this tab, you see all billable client and vendor amounts. If you're using a connector to your accounting software, you can simply send your financial information there. If you're billing from FlowDezk, you can see a summary of your client invoices for this project here, and you can generate invoices directly from this page. In the vendor sections, you can see an overview of the purchase orders a vendor received and the invoices that were uploaded or created by the vendor in their vendor portal. And finally, at the bottom, you'll see the incoming and outgoing amounts and the margin for this project. The third main advantage of FlowDezk is that it's very configurable and therefore suitable not just for language service providers, but for any project-based workflow. Nothing is set in stone, and if it seems to be, we can customize a solution for you. Des will be telling you more about this.
In this sidebar, you will find all your configuration options. In the General section, you can set basic company information, clean up old project data, upload a consent statement for vendors you onboard, and upload user manuals. In the Financial section, you can set a wide range of financial parameters, such as your currencies. In this screen, you can define your company's default currency, for example. All currencies are linked to a near-live currency exchange engine. You can also define invoice templates for each client, define a purchase order model for your vendors, and set up tax categories and tax rates for billing purposes. FlowDezk comes with a terabyte of storage space. In this screen, you can see how much you're utilizing and easily buy more. And here, you define client rate templates which you can assign to specific clients in their profiles. FlowDezk is the most flexible solution in the market, and that's clear from the View section. Here you can fully adapt your workflow, for example, adding and renaming progress bar steps for your users. You can also switch entire sections of FlowDezk off and on, which is very convenient if you're not an LSP, for example. In the Project Management section, you can set languages, tasks, specializations, ISO checklists, and handoff templates. Define any number of standard project handoff models for any number of clients. You can also define breakdown templates, which you can then assign to clients and vendors. For ISO audits, you can define a set of ISO compliance documents, which you can then assign to your vendors. And finally, in this section, you can define a whole range of email templates for the quoting, resourcing, delivery, and billing features in FlowDezk. Are you working with TMS solutions like Trados, XTM, and Phrase? FlowDezk is fully integrated with these systems, natively that is, without using any third parties. From this Phrase configuration page, for example, you can set all required parameters, like language, vendor, and workflow step mappings. Simply map the FlowDezk tasks you configured to the workflow steps you set up in Phrase. You can perform similar settings for Trados and XTM. And don't forget, if you need anything you don't see in FlowDezk yet, we can customize the solution for you so that it fits perfectly into your workflow. Back to you, Flo.
Another reason why project managers and business owners like FlowDezk is that you have a wealth of reporting features at your disposal, and we can easily add the ones you think are missing. Just let us know what your reporting requirements are, and we'll build the features you need. Des will show you what the standard features look like.
In FlowDezk, the standard reporting functionality consists of a financial and a statistical reporting feature. Let's have a look at the financial feature first. You can set a wide range of filters to fine-tune your report, such as the date type, the period, source and target languages, clients, project progress statuses that have been reached, and even the vendors that worked on the projects. The currency field allows you to keep the original project currencies or to convert all amounts to a specific reporting currency. You can also determine the segmentation of your reports. But let's go ahead and generate a table report first. Depending on the amount of data, this can take a while. Here we are. These are the amount totals for the parameters you set. You can export the list to Excel for further analysis, or expand the details and drill into specific projects. You can also display these data in a pie chart for a quick visualization of how your turnover and margins are distributed. You can hover over segments of the pie to see the amounts for specific clients. Another option is to generate a line chart that displays how your turnover and margins develop over time. Now, let's have a quick look at the statistical reporting feature. You can use this feature to report on word count volumes using a set of parameters. Use these toggles to include or exclude project categories from your report. Once you've set your filters, you can hit the Filter button to display the projects that fall within the specified scope. Then, all you need to do is select the projects you want to report volumes on and hit the Calculation button. You can see the client-side volumes displayed here at the bottom of the page. And with the same ease, you can see the volumes that the vendors you selected produced within the specified period.
Thank you, Des. But what are the benefits for business owners? Here they are. FlowDezk can be customized to fit perfectly into your workflow. We'll happily spend a day with you and your team for free to discuss how FlowDezk can be adapted to your workflow and how you can optimize your workflow at the same time. We can integrate FlowDezk with any customer system and third-party software solution that is API ready without the complication and cost of third parties. FlowDezk is also easy and quick to implement with no upfront cost for the standard solution. We even have smart import templates that allow you to import data from your current solution. And last but not least, FlowDezk is very affordable with the lowest cost in the market. And in the unlikely event you'd like to leave us, you can terminate your contract on a monthly basis. Interested? Go to our website to book a demo or an appointment to discuss your customization requirements.